A client has recently reached out to you mentioning that they're interested in determining what counties in the state of Florida are growing the fastest from a senior living perspective. Now, if we wanted to look at that kind of information, we could go in and we could create a map based on the state of Florida where we could display any given variable. Now, in this case, we could look at things like total population, but the client in question is specifically interested in a senior living facility where the bulk of their clients are over the age of 75. So they go in and they set an age range to reflect that 75 plus demographic, save that as a variable, and then they can view that data on the map. Now we're currently looking at congressional district data, but in this case, we're interested in looking only at the state of Florida. We're also not interested in congressional districts. We might change that value to something like counties. You'll see as we make these changes that the map will quickly update to be reflective of the information that we're looking for. So here you can see where that information exists. We can see the counties where the population over the age of 75 exists. Now, if we're also wanting to view an additional data point, we could go in and we could add that. Maybe we're interested in looking at total population growth. Like 2023 to 2028 compounded annual growth. We could look at this information visualized with two variables at once. Maybe as opposed to visualizing the data this way, we want to show the style options in a way where we could see a relationship factor with two numeric variables. In this case, we can see that as we go away from the lighter colors to the darker colors, and to the darker blue and the darker orange, those are going to be the areas that meet our criteria. We can also go in and filter data in a way that we can display the data that we're looking for. Maybe we're wanting to find the counties with a large population over the age of 75. Maybe our entry level point might be 50,000. And we're also looking for population growth of over 1%. Here you can see the counties that meet our criteria. There's 4 of them. If we were to go into the histogram, we would see that those are Lake County, Marion County, Pasco County, and Manatee County. Now, what if at this point we wanted to do some further investigation on these market areas? We could go in and we could select those individual study areas, create sites from them, and run reports. Or we could run comparison reports. Or we could even go in and run reports that are specific to the data points that they're interested in viewing. Once we've selected the 4 study areas, we might be interested in running an infographic specifically about healthcare and insurance statistics. We even have the option, instead of just running them individually, to run a side-by-side for all. Here you can see the data side by side. You also have the option to make one of them a benchmark so that you can see how the other areas compare against the existing site.